Okay, so the Tree of Life in this deck, it represents fullness. It represents getting everything that we've ever desired. It represents attainment, both financially and materialistically, but also spiritually and emotionally. It's getting all of that in one. It's obtaining all of this goodness and greatness. And I feel that that's what you're beginning the month desiring. You're wanting to find that place where everything in your life is kosher, right? Everything's good, everything's set, everything's looking really well. So you're focused on every aspect of your life and wanting to make improvements or advancements in order to be in a place where you're fulfilled in every aspect. Now, underneath that, we have the Palace of Swords, which is also another card that's specific to this deck. Each of the suits have a palace card, which represent where the king or queen of that suit reside. And for you, being that this is the Swords, Palace of Swords, and the swords represent air signs, this is your home. This is where you feel safe. This also represents like an eye in the sky kind of mentality, where you're looking down, you're looking at the bigger picture, you're seeing the forest through the trees, and you're looking at the grander scheme of things and making decisions based on how decisions you make are going to have a long-term impact or effect on your life. You're wanting to make big changes, I feel. Maybe a change of home, change of residence. You're wanting to maybe advance in your career. You're wanting to maybe look at having more children or getting married or settling down. But you're looking at long-term plans and goals, something of substance, something that's a more weighty decision. You're wanting to work on that now. And with the Page of Swords underneath that, we have messages, communications coming in that promote that situation. So if it's a marriage proposal, maybe that you're proposing to someone, it can be maybe a yes. If this is you waiting to hear news about your home, whether your offer's been accepted, or if someone's making an offer on the home you're selling, this could be, yes, you're getting that communication this month. Now, I see that for some of you, you're wanting this fulfillment because in the past, you're coming from a place of lack, okay? I feel like you've been desiring this attainment for quite some time of just satisfying every aspect of your life, because in the past, you've dealt with some difficulties, some challenges, either financially or emotionally, feeling left out in the cold, feeling like you didn't have enough, or you're afraid of this situation. You don't want to be in this situation. And so you're trying to take preventative measures so that you don't end up alone, or you don't end up out in the cold, or financially being without. But I see here, because of the King of Swords representing your energy, okay, so this is Gemini here, because of your intellect, because of your strategy, because of your ability to analyze your situation and make appropriate decisions and appropriate actions, you're getting your wish fulfilled. You're getting what you desire. And it's coming up, this Nine of Cups is looking up at this King of Swords. So it's like, I've done all this work, all this planning, all this strategizing, because I've been able to see the bigger picture, and now I know for sure how I want to proceed or how I want to progress. I'm giving out the communications, or I'm receiving communication regarding this, which is positive, which is wish fulfillment, all because I've planned ahead, all because I've done the work. So that's really, really nice to see, Gemini. Now, underneath that, I have two cards that Well, let me discuss this first. Underneath the Nine of Cups, I have the Knight of Cups. So this is an offer coming in, or an opportunity coming in, which is very satisfying for you. It's something that you've been waiting on. So this is something, this communication that's coming in, it's going to be emotionally gratifying. It can be, you're hearing, yes, you got the new home. Yes, you got the new job. Yes, you get the raise. Whatever it is that you've been working hard to obtain is coming in for you. And it's very satisfying, very rewarding. Now, in this last row, however, we have two cards under the King of Swords, which they're not, with the Three of Swords and the Hermit, it's a little different than the rest of the spread, right? We're getting a different vibe. We're getting a different energy here. There's going to be something that happens that causes some heartbreak or some heartache that maybe you hadn't planned for. Maybe there's something you have to let go of this month in order to get what it is you're desiring. And what the Hermit here is saying is you got to spend some time really reflecting on this, really making sure this is what you truly want. Because yes, it's there for you. Whatever it is, it's there for you. You can have it. But something happens to make you realize, well, maybe this isn't what I want. Because it's going to cause me some heartbreak or some heartache. So let me reflect on this and really think about it. Now, the overall energy is the Eight of Cups, which is walking away. I like the card in this deck because we see this man or this person, man or woman, going up this staircase, but it's a very, I want to say like a spiritual kind of staircase. It's about finding higher elevation. It's about moving away from these cups that we've maybe invested in the past, that we thought in the past were satisfying and fulfilling and what we needed, but now realizing they're not. There's something missing, there's something lacking. And so you're on this spiritual journey or this path to leave behind what doesn't serve you anymore and move towards something that is more gratifying, more genuine, more authentic. The moon, the full moon that the staircase leads to is the full moon talking about emotions and talking about fulfillment, because a full moon is all about things coming to fruition. And the moon is also talking again about our emotions. So it's moving towards something that's more genuinely for us, something where there is, I want to say, I just want to say it's more authentic. We're realizing in the past we weren't living genuinely. Now we want to live more genuinely. And when you do decide to move towards that, you're going to see things manifest for you in great ways, in ways that do make you happy, do delight you, do satisfy you. So again, I feel like perhaps this offer or opportunity comes up this month. However, something happens where you realize it's not in your best interest, so you may decline it and you may decide to move away from it. And you're realizing because of this decision that you've made, okay, this is what I thought I wanted, but I'm actually going towards a more genuine, authentic way of living or being. Can be a job, can be a house, like I said, can be a relationship even. It just depends on where you personally see yourself in this reading. Let me look at Three of Swords first and foremost. See what's coming up with that. Wow. Okay, so with the Three of Swords, we have some jealousy, or I'm sorry, this is the card of falseness or deception. So perhaps when this offer came in, we thought it was going to be something great. It ended up, you know what? It wasn't truthful. It wasn't real. It wasn't genuine. And this card is a card of jealousy. So, obviously, if this is a relationship, this can be saying someone's been ingenuine. There may be cheating going on, I hate to say. But this can also just be saying there's strong feelings of jealousy. For anything else, though, I just feel like this jealousy card is more about being upset that you were deceived. But there's something new on the horizon in the future. There's something even better that is genuine, that is pure, that is for you, that is coming in for you. Again, when you decide to move towards what is more genuine. I want to look at the page of, actually, let me look at the Knight of Cups quickly, and then we'll look at the Page of Swords. Okay, so there's communications coming in regarding a sweetheart. So if this is a love relationship, this is someone that maybe you have feelings for. If it's not regarding a relationship, this is something new that you've been desiring. But there's a change that comes about in the future. You're realizing that perhaps this isn't genuinely what you want, or the offer that was given to you was ingenuine, okay, in some way. Let's look at the Page of Swords. So on the Page of Swords, communication, we have the House, consistency, and the Widower. So what I'm getting here is we're wanting to build stronger security, stronger stability. Maybe, again, buy a new home, buy a bigger home. We want to expand. We want to grow. We're staying consistent in our vision. We're persevering. We're trying to analyze every aspect and try to plan for it and think ahead. But then we have the Widower here. And again, this is talking about realizing that what we wanted maybe wasn't in the best interest of everyone involved, or what we wanted wasn't best for us. We're realizing that staying consistent in that vision didn't help us in some way, because we weren't wanting to see things maybe for what they are, or we weren't wanting to give up on something that you worked so hard on and planned so much for. Let's look at this Five of Coins too. So we have love. This can be actual love, romantic love. This can be love of a friendship or some other relationship, not just romantically. But this can also be a love for what you do, or a love or a passion, desire for what your goals are. However, there's a sadness wrapped around this love. However, there's a message coming in. This message is we can see this messenger, he's dropping money and he's dropping envelopes. So whatever this news that's coming in is, it's going to be like a reprieve from that sadness. It's going to be healing and mending that sadness. This card, again, is in the future tense. So I feel like this is coming in after we let go of this offer or opportunity that we may have thought we wanted and we no longer want. I want to look at the Nine of Cups. In the past, we had some type of misfortune, some type of shocking event that led to maybe your desire to, again, fix the situation. You're showing up as the lover here. You're more passionate about your environment and wanting to correct things, wanting to make things right. Or this can be an actual lover that's coming back into the picture and it's a wish fulfillment. However, there's a lot of thought and consideration that needs to go into this. This card is, again, in the future tense, but it's also a card of warning in a sense. It's warning you to really be careful what you wish for. Think about it. Really think about it. Let's look at the 8 of Cups. And then I'm going to move on to the love reading. Okay. Yes. So it's, you're moving, you're trotting along on your path with whatever your plans are. Suddenly there's an ending. Suddenly there's a transformation that takes place. We're realizing, maybe this isn't what I wanted. And maybe it's because the offer wasn't genuine. Maybe there was some deception here. Also, what I'm getting here is in a love relationship, you're moving along in this relationship just fine. Something happens where it ends the relationship and you now see this person as an enemy and you're moving away. And I don't want to say enemy as in an enemy, but you know, you've lost that connection with that person. You can't trust that person like you once did. Okay.